so sorry, Luis. Here we go.
Good evening, my name is Ashley Key, and I'm the senior class vice president. In 1962, Dr. Aceves embarked on an educational journey that eventually would lead to a professional career in education. The ensuing 38 years, which would include educational acquisitions such as a bachelor's degree, a professional career, a teaching credential, a supervisory credential, a master's degree, and a PhD in education. It is now my honor and privilege to introduce to all of you a class of 1959 CHS alumni and SDSU graduate, Dr. Eduardo Aceves.
Thank you. Thank you very much. It's a real pleasure to be here this evening. Let me adjust this so we can get it right. I want to especially thank John Moreno, our vice principal. And I also want to thank his father, our superintendent, Roberto Moreno. Oh, they're not. How come every time Roberto Moreno hears that John Moreno screws up, he's always going, hijo, hijo, hijo otra vez, hijo, no me diga. I hear that. That's what they say. I just assumed that. We heard from the valedictorian, the salutatorian. I'm the regurgitorian. So follow along here with me. When you give a speech here, you have to be three things you have to think of. Be good, be quick, and be gone. So I'm going to, that same group over there is going to cheer right now. Watch. Yeah. Okay. There they are. All right. I'm here to condense my 43 years since I, left. Okay. 1959. I'm going to condense it into 10 minutes. See, Chewy. Okay. I gotta get rid of this though. It's bugging me really. Did we kick Central's butt or what? Yeah. And then there was Southwest. Their party was over too. We had, hey, Manny Gomez catching passes, right? And Alex Marin making passes. It was great. Now, when I left Calexico 43 years ago, I'm telling you now, I'm here as kind of telling you, it can happen to you too and get an education. Because when I left, you know those old cowboy movies where they want to break the guy out of jail and lynch him? That's how the teachers were when I was going to leave. They came over with the torches and everything. The old man, let's kill him, get him, kill him. And that's what happened. Everybody wanted to get me a one-way trip ticket on a Greyhound bus. However, I left here never wanting to look at another book, never look at another teacher. Well, actually, they weren't as nice looking as the teachers you have. Ooh. I knew I could get that out of you every time somebody, when Mr. Noriega gave his room number, ooh. Yeah, all right. Okay, 43 years later, 3 degrees, 2 credentials, and after teaching in 10 different schools and running 6 of them, I can say really to these teachers that kind of wanted me out, I'm back! Yeah! Okay, you can do it, guys. You can do it, and let me tell you, I got all these degrees, and you know what? I really didn't have to get that education as much as just listen to my mother. She taught me everything I learned. It was just done in a more scholarly manner. 3 cosas que me dijo mi madre. 3 cosas, okay? Listen to them carefully, because this is what's going to get you through. Pórtate bien con todos. Well, actually, my mother was, hijo mío, pórtate bien. You know how they do it. Pórtate bien con todos. Always said that. Number 1, okay? Aprende todo lo que te enseñan en la escuela. Number 2. Hijo mío, por favor, siempre ponte calzón limpio. Now, think about it. That makes sense. Oh, I'm sorry. I got to make sure that. Do we have bilinguals in the audience? Okay. Let's see. Do we have bilingual? Good. Do we have English speaking only because I'll be code switching, and that's kind of a fancy term, code switching, you know, with Spanglish. But you're going to have to bear with me because, you know, I'm going to be saying some of this. But you know what? I did a research on Spanish and English, and actually you guys should learn Spanish quicker than anybody. Let me give you an example, okay? Everybody tell me what the road that goes either way, either direction, what do they call that? What is it? Two-way, right? Two-way. All right, two-way. Now listen to this. Here goes Spanish. Oye, two-way. Huh? Now, similarity. Come on, guys, you can catch up. Okay. Now, let me tell you this. 38 years ago, I started my education. And now I've got my PhD about 5 years ago. 38 years is a long time. Some of us don't get the bite of education right away. It's okay. I'm not talking about Brandon Quintero, Gabriel Uribe, Steven Zen. These guys have it already. I'm proud of them. I am really proud of them. They found what we call the elixir. You know, they're the guys that walked around when they were young asking questions. Where do socks go to die? What does a wild bear do in the woods? Yeah. It says, why don't sheep shrink when it rains? They think far ahead than we do. They're way out there, and I'm proud of them, okay? And you know that even as little babies they were that way, I found out that they still think Humpty Dumpty was pushed. That's what I'm telling you, okay? Now, here's what we're gonna do. I want you to understand, in our lives, somebody said this, and I don't know who it was, it says, parents have to give their children two things. Wings, roots, wings. Wings and roots. That's all you need. And so, your wings are about to spread today, because you're on your way out, you lucky guys. But the roots are important. And let me tell you, we are not a melting pot. We are not. Look at you. We got beautiful cultures we all come from. You are not going to... Now, earlier this afternoon, I probably wouldn't have said that. You will melt, but not now. What we have here is something different than a melting pot. And I'm going to pass it on to President Bush. It's a capirotada. That's what we've got. We have a capirotada. That's what it is. Now, what I want you to remember, though, the roots part, when we start getting our culture going, our roots come from our parents. They really do. And I remember very well my mom. She used to always say, you know, when she was angry, you know, actually she was just happy. She said, Lalito, ven aquí, Lalito, pórtate bien. And then when you were really getting mad, Eduardo. And then, Santa Maria Niña de Atocha, Eduardo Antonio, ¿dónde andas? You know, you think of these things in your family. And you've got to start thinking about these roots here. My grandmother used to put hot tomatoes on my feet when I got fevers. How many remember that in the audience? Tomates calientes. How many remember that? Yeah, they're all standing up. The same group. The same porra. Hey. Okay. My grandmother also, to fight colds, she used to put un collar de ajo. Yeah? You remember that? No? Yeah. They remember that. They used to put garlic. Yeah. And it worked. You never caught a cold. You didn't have any friends either. You're walking around, you know. Hijo de la fuchi, they'll say. You know. My dad was what they call a revisionist. Think about that. And John Moreno will tell you. He was a revisionist. He used to have this friend named Sunday Cow. And I said, what? ¿Quién es Sunday Cow, pa? ¿Por qué le dicen Sunday? No. Tenía vergüenza de su gerencia. Era Domingo Vaca y se cambió a Sunday Cow. I said, come on, Dad, you don't tell me that. He said, no, I tell you what, piénsalo bien. How many here remember Hopalong Cassidy? Maybe you don't. You have a little cowboy? Yeah. He told me that dude was named Apolonio Cáceres. He was a Mexican. And he changed it to Hopalong Cassidy. He also said that Colonel Sanders, the chicken guy, Colonel Sanchez. He changed his name. Yeah. Khrushchev. Who remembers Khrushchev? You guys are too younger. That same hand goes up. You old fogey, you. That guy dice Khrushchev. No, era mexicano también. ¿Cómo se llamaba? Cruz Chavez. Okay. You know what our culture has? It has nicknames también, sobrenombres. It has things like cabeza de huevo. We used to have. Is he here today? Now, you'll know who he is. He's got empty seats on both sides of him. No, just joking. Tachuela, la flecha, la masuda. You don't have? What do you mean? Okay. And el chile. That's same guy. They're the same ones that cheered when his room number was out. Okay, all right, okay. And of course, there was Moco Verde. What are you laughing about? That was his name, Moco Verde. Gee. Now, in 2002, I understand, we now have modernized it. We have Big Daddy, The Rock. We have The Rock. Ah, The Rock. Hopefully that's his body and not his head. We have Hitman. We have Beef. Huh? Do we have a carnitas version of Beef? No, we don't. Okay. Now, come on, guys. That's kind of a jock thing, right? Do we have any Longo, Machichi, Flaco? No? All right. We'll skip that. Hey, by the way, Moco Verde did go to, this is the truth, he went to New York and became a doctor. I haven't seen him since '59. But I'm wondering, how will I kind of talk to him when he shows up? Do I call him Dr. Verde? Or Dr. Moco? I don't know. Anyway, guys, you got to continue your education. Please, I'm telling you that now. If you don't get any other message out of here other than Moco Verde, you don't stop now. You got to keep going. That is the most important thing. You know what? It even gives me, I think about it, and it made me have a better chamba, right? You know what chamba is, right? Is that word still around, chamba? Oh, yeah. I was trilingual too when I was in school. Charcos, loquito, me estás cagualeando, vas con tu jaina. Hola, Luca. Oye, con tu ranfla nueva, vato. Now, ranfla, you know what that is. Our ranfla, the best ranfla we ever had, was a 49 Ford with a blown out first gear. Now I hear, we have Abraham Moreno with his nice, cool VW. All right. Then Mike Dawson, supposedly, Mike Dawson has a town car? Huh? Does he? Hey, Dawson, let me tell you something. That town car, they sold it to you, the Hems family, right, from the mortuary? Yeah. They used to drive one. Can you, wait a minute. I bet you, when he first got that car, the buddies get in there. Hey, Ty, this is a cool car. What's the body in the back? I don't know, it came with it. All right. We also had other things. In sports, we had tacoléatelo. What does that mean? Tacoléate el vato, mano, tacoléatelo. That's obviously a conjugation from the verb tacolear, right? Chutea. All these words, we made them up. But that's cool. Folks, while we're talking about chamba, I want you to give me your attention because I'm going to give you a quick test here. I'm talking about getting an education. I'm talking about doing something between now and the next 20 years. But I'm going to give you a little multiple choice. So listen carefully and see how you'd answer it. Here we go. You know multiple choice? The one you flip coins with to answer in school? You know. You guys don't do that anymore? Yeah, yeah. Hey, the C- student just said, yeah. I just joking. Okay, here goes the test. You ready? Listen carefully. Shh. You are now nearing 40 years old. Please circle the letter that best fits what you are in life at this point. A, you choose not to get any more education since leaving high school, but you have a neat job working in El Hoyo. You're stealing Vaughn's grocery carts and selling them to Super Shopping for 10 cents on a dollar. Oh, you don't think they do that now? How do you think Chato affords those big cigars? Oh, Chato's up there. No, man, come on. B, you stop going to Club Scratch in Mexicali. You stopped going to Club Scratch in Mexicali because most of the clients were starting to look like the age of your children. The only education you've gotten so far is what you see on TV on Sesame Street with your 7 children you now have. But your employers have moved you into a higher level job at Carol's, cleaning the pigeon droppings off the roof for the same minimum wage. Or C, listen to see, this may be yours. You keep hanging out on Fridays at Jack in the Box, but you've noticed your friends you hang around with have vanished or gotten older. Not smarter, just older. And besides, a super taco gives you gas. D, you are really having a tough time holding on to your job at Hotel De Anza as an elevator operator. It seems you have trouble remembering the route. But don't worry. If you can hold on to that job for 20 more years, they'll rent you a room at half price. Or E. Hey, don't be a rocket scientist, right? An E is your answer. But here's what it is. You've received a college education. You've been working at a job you love over 15 years or so. You choose this job because you had the educational freedom to be presented with many options, and you're enjoying life because you can afford the fun things. That's the right answer. Now, you may not think it's the right answer, but I made the test, so I'm telling you it's the right answer, okay? Now, Fox Capital. Some of your parents or grandparents might have told you that. The Fox Capital, which was on 2nd Street, that's where we graduated from. Ready? 2 cartilages. An athletic supporter that I lost with Ray Dial from Brawley, who faked me out of it because he was great. He was an all-valley quarterback. And one of those little jars of hot stuff. You ever use that hot stuff anymore? No? But you know what? The lady I wanted to really impress was not as nice-looking as Dulce Gonzalez, cuter than Raul Ochoa, the prom king. If I had been as good as Melissa Noriega in volleyball or Alicia Torres, hey, what I tell you, if I had been as good as Melissa Noriega in volleyball or Alicia Torres in track, I could have been a contender. But you know what? I did run once in the freshman. It was called the Migra 500. Do you know how close that damn fence looks to you from 500 feet away? I leave you today with the words, if you can't run, walk. If you can't walk, crawl. But by all means, keep moving. Keep moving, my friends. Thanks for listening tonight. Good luck. Good night. And to my niece, Gloria Flores. You go, girl. Good work. I think I was excited more than any of you coming here today. And I want to thank all of you for being a good audience. I love you all. Buena suerte.